Do you know basic clothes words in English, but still feel unsure when you need to speak in a real shop?
Then this lesson is for you. Today, we're talking about a very practical, real-life topic.
Shopping for clothes in English.
This is such a useful topic because in a clothes shop, you often need more than just vocabulary. You need to ask for a size, ask for an opinion, describe how something fits, and decide whether you want to buy it or not.
And that's where many learners suddenly feel stuck, even if they know words like dress, jacket, or shoes.
So today, we're going to show you how people really speak in this situation.
First, you'll hear a natural conversation.
Then we'll come back and show you the most useful phrases you can actually use in your own life.
Let's get started. This shop looks nice. It feels a bit calmer than some of the others.
Yes, I like it too. It's easier to look properly when a place isn't too crowded or noisy.
Definitely. I think shopping becomes stressful very quickly if there are too many people around.
Yes, especially if you already don't know what you're looking for.
That's very true. So, what are you actually looking for today?
I think I need something fairly simple, maybe a shirt or a light jumper. Something I can wear casually, but that still looks put together.
That makes sense. So, you want something useful, not just something that looks good for 5 minutes in the mirror.
Yes, exactly. I think that's the problem sometimes. Something can look good at first, but if it doesn't really suit your life, you never wear it.
That's such a good point. I think a lot of people buy clothes for an imaginary version of their life.
Yes, and then the item just stays in the wardrobe.
So, if a shop assistant came over right now, what would you say?
Probably something simple like, I'm looking for a shirt, or I'm looking for something casual, or maybe I'm looking for something for the weekend.
Yes, those all sound very natural. And if you want to be a bit more specific, you could say, I'm looking for a light jacket. I'm looking for something a bit smarter.
Yes, that's very useful because shopping English is often about narrowing things down little by little.
That's so true. It's usually not one perfect sentence. It's more like small decisions, step by step.
Right. You look, compare, ask, try things on, and change your mind 3 times.
Yes, sometimes more than 3.
So let's say I've found something I like, but I'm not sure about the size. What would I ask?
A very natural question would be, have you got this in a different size? Or do you have this in a medium? Or could I try this in a larger size?
Yes, those are very practical, and they sound much more natural than trying to build something too complicated.
Definitely. In shops, simple and polite is usually best.
What if I want to try something on?
Then you can say, could I try this on? Or where are the changing rooms?
Yes, that's one of the most important phrases in a clothes shop.
And then, once you've tried it on, the real conversation begins.
Yes, because that's when people often need an opinion.
Right. You might come out and ask, do you think this looks good? Or what do you think? Or I'm not sure about this one.
That last one is especially useful. I'm not sure about this one sounds very natural.
Yes, because it leaves space for a real reaction. It doesn't force you to pretend you love it.
So if you asked me, do you think this looks good, how might I answer?
I might say, yes, I think it suits you. Or I like the color on you. Or maybe, it looks good, but I'm not sure about the fit.
That's useful because it shows that opinions are often mixed, not just yes or no.
Yes, real shopping conversations are often a little more nuanced than that.
What would you say if something really didn't work?
Probably something polite like, I'm not sure that one suits you, or I think the other one looked better, or maybe it's the size, or even, I'm not convinced.
That sounds much nicer than just saying, no, it looks bad.
Yes, definitely. When giving an opinion, especially about clothes, people usually try to sound a bit softer.
That makes sense. So what kind of problems do people often talk about when they try something on?
Usually things like, it's too tight, it's too loose, it's too long, it feels uncomfortable, the sleeves are too short, it doesn't fit properly.
Yes, those are all very real. And sometimes people also say it looks better on the hanger than on me.
Yes, that is painfully real.
It really is.
What if you like something but you're still not ready to buy it?
Then I'd probably say, I'll think about it. Or I'm still deciding. Or maybe I like it, but I'm not completely sure yet.
That sounds very natural, and that's useful because sometimes you don't want to sound rude, but you also don't want to buy something immediately.
Yes, especially if a shop assistant is waiting nearby and you feel under pressure.
That's true. So if you really do want to buy it, what would you say?
Maybe something simple like, I'll take it. Or I think I'll get this one. Or yes, I'll go with this one.
Those all sound very natural.
I think I'll take it is especially useful. Short, clear, and very natural.
Definitely.
What about color? People often need to ask about that too.
Yes, so you could say, do you have this in black? Does this come in another color? I like it, but I'm not sure about the color.
That's very practical. And what about giving opinions on color?
You could say, that color suits you. I'm not sure that color works for you. I think the darker one looks better. This one feels a bit brighter and fresher.
Yes, and that's much more useful than just nice or not nice.
Exactly. Shopping conversations are often about details.
What about price? Sometimes people want to ask indirectly if something is expensive.
Yes, they might say, it's a bit more than I wanted to spend, or I like it, but it's quite expensive, or even, I'm not sure it's worth it.
That's very natural. And if something feels like good value,
Then maybe, it's quite reasonable actually, or that's not too bad, or for that quality, I think it's worth it.
that makes sense. So even in a clothes shop, a lot of the English is really about soft opinions and small decisions.
Yes, and that's what makes this such a good real-life English topic.
That's such a good point, because really, shopping English is conversation English.
Yes, it is. So if someone asked you, what are the most useful phrases in a clothes shop, what would you say?
I'd say, I'm looking for, have you got this in a different size? Could I try this on? Do you think this looks good? I'm not sure about this one. It suits you. I'll think about it. I'll take it.
That's a really strong summary.
What about you? What do you think learners should remember most in this situation?
I think they should remember that they do not need complicated English. In a clothes shop, simple, polite, clear English is enough, and if they know a few natural phrases, they can do a lot.
That's excellent advice.
Because confidence in these situations often comes from a small number of very useful phrases used well.
And that's what makes this such a good real-life English topic.
Okay, now let's look more closely at the kind of English people actually use in a clothes shop.
Yes, because this topic is not only about clothes vocabulary. It's also about asking, reacting, comparing, and making decisions naturally.
When we first speak to someone in a clothes shop, we often want to explain what we're looking for. In that situation, very natural phrases are, I'm looking for a shirt. I'm looking for something casual. I'm looking for a black jacket. I'm looking for something a bit smarter. These are simple, clear, and very useful.
And once you find something you like, one of the most common next steps is asking about size. In that situation, people often say, have you got this in a different size? Do you have this in a medium? Could I try this in a larger size? That kind of question is extremely common in real life.
Then, of course, there's the changing room stage. If you want to try something on, very natural phrases are, could I try this on? Where are the changing rooms? And once you come out, people often ask for an opinion.
Yes, and that's where some of the most useful phrases appear. If you want someone's opinion, you can say, do you think this looks good? What do you think? I'm not sure about this one. Those are excellent because they sound natural and open the conversation.
And if you want to give an opinion, you can say things like, it suits you. I like the color on you. I think the other one looked better. I'm not sure that one suits you. Maybe it's the size. These are very natural because real opinions are often soft and polite, not too direct.
When we talk about fit, some of the most useful phrases are, it's too tight, it's too loose, it's too long, the sleeves are too short, it doesn't fit properly, it feels uncomfortable. These are the kinds of phrases that make shopping English much more practical.
And then we come to decisions. If you are not ready to buy something, very useful phrases are, I'll think about it. I'm still deciding. I like it, but I'm not completely sure yet. If you do want it, you can say, I'll take it. I think I'll get this one. I'll go with this one.
Those are very real-life phrases. People use them constantly.
And if color matters, which it often does, you can say, do you have this in black? Does this come in another color? I'm not sure about the color. That color suits you. I think the darker one looks better.
And if price becomes part of the decision, you can use phrases like, it's a bit more than I wanted to spend. It's quite expensive. I'm not sure it's worth it. That's not too bad. For that quality, I think it's worth it.
So really, what this lesson shows is that shopping for clothes in English is not about one perfect sentence. It's about lots of small, useful phrases that help you move through the situation naturally.
Yes, and that's why this topic is so practical. It teaches you how to ask, react, compare, and decide in real English.
Here is one short model answer you can copy and practice. I'm looking for something casual. Have you got this in a different size? Could I try this on? Do you think this looks good? I'm not sure about this one. I like it, but I'll think about it.
That sounds natural, clear, and very easy to use.
So, as you can see, speaking English in a clothes shop is not about difficult grammar.
It's about a few clear, polite, useful phrases that help you ask, react, compare, and decide naturally.
And that's what makes your English sound more real and more confident in everyday life.
And if you enjoy lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe.
It really helps the channel grow and reach more people.
And it helps more learners practice real, natural English.
So subscribe, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye!